What's up, you beautiful collectors and masters of the universe, or more specifically, Princess of Power fans? Thanks for tuning in. Once again, it is the one and only Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And on today's episode, with a huge shout out to the folks over at Mattel, we're going to be taking a look at the Mattel Creations exclusive She-Ra and Swiftwind set. Now, I do not know if this is going to be available at stores. As I said, the information that I have is that this is a Mattel Creations exclusive. For Club Grayscale members, you will be able to purchase this starting tomorrow, the 24th of September, and then regular people will be able to purchase it on the 25th of September. So there's a little early access for Club Grayscale members. But I can't believe that they aren't going to release at least Swiftwind in some kind of capacity at retail. Who knows? But this is the set that we have right now. Packaging wise, you can see absolutely gorgeous image right there. You got She-Ra with the 40th logo right there. Princess of Power, kind of looking like her. I forgot what it was. It wasn't Grayskull really, but there was like a whole separate castle for her. So you have that. Come around here to the back, and it has a little bit of a read-up on there. If you'd like to read it, go ahead and pause it. But what I will tell you is that a lot of people keep asking if this is part of the cartoon collection. And it does specifically address that and let you know that this is part of the cartoon collection. And you can really see that when you take a look. You can slide this up, and here you have beautiful display box. Come up here, you got the holographic logo. But very cool. You got the sorceress there in the background. Absolutely fantastic. Now, there are some differences to that She-Ra from the regular cartoon collection one, but the Swiftwind is really going to be, I feel like, the main selling point for this. A lot of people are really wanting Swiftwind. Like I said, I don't know if we're going to get Swiftwind available in another kind of thing at mass release. Time will tell. But you have gorgeous art here on the back of it. It is a very collector style friendly package where you can remove this and then slide this out. And again, gorgeous background on there with that tower there. I mean, that's absolutely stunning. You could probably use this as a display, even when you look at that. That's really nice. But setting these off to the side, you can slide this out. So people were asking if it's a collector style package, and I would definitely say yes, it is, because when you think about collector style packaging, you think of things that, now there's probably ties on here. Are there ties? I don't know if there's ties on this. Oh wait, maybe I don't want to pull things. Yeah, there's some definite ties on there. So you'll have to cut some clips on there, but you could definitely, I just noticed that this has popped off. You could definitely put this back in the package if you were so inclined to. I am not, because I want to take this off. Oh, that looks like it's removable. Anyhow, very excited about this. But like I said, there are some key differences with this She-Ra, specifically in like the hair, her shield and sword, and then even the cape. So I'm really excited about that. But setting that there, and I know people have complained because of the positioning of Swifty's back legs. They're like, they must not know how horse anatomy works. So I'm going to try and see if I can recreate a more natural pose for that. But for the packaging on this, that's about it. Like I said, really very nice. I really do like, and this is a heavy duty card on there, so you could definitely reuse this, I feel. But like gorgeous art on that, although it's sideways, and like even that looks really very cool. So very, very nice in terms of the packaging. Price obviously reflects that, as this is a collector sort of item. But without further to-do, let's get them out here and see how cool they actually are. And here we have She-Ra and Swiftwind opened up and out of their packaging. And there's Molly. Molly! Hi, Molly. What are you doing? Hello. She wants to attack somebody. But starting up, this is a terrific set. There are some minor issues that I do have with it, but nothing that you can't fix, so to speak. Starting off with She-Ra. Now, her ankle has like this one notch there or one notch there, which makes her difficult to stand. So I'm kind of, well, part of it, this table that I'm using is not a flat base. That is Riley, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you can get it to stand. I can't do it on this table, but the ankles are kind of annoying. But I'm trying to, and I don't have my my original cartoon collection She-Ra available to show. I don't remember if she had this wrist that did that, but this is from what I gather meant to replicate her transitioning from Adora to She-Ra. So what they did was gave her kind of glowy looking hair, like a translucent kind of hair that really does look very, very cool, and it carries on with the sword. You can see that the Sword of Protection has this gorgeous jewel in there, and then you can see that it gets to be like this blue color. So it's probably molded in this blue color and then painted down here. Kind of the same thing going on with her shield. This actually looks really good as well. Is she gonna? Yeah, she might not stand. Hold on. Nope, she's gonna fall. But you can see that it's again molded in this clearish blue plastic, and then has a nice silver thrown on top of it, which looks really very good. I like that. That's very sharp. But she also does have a cloth cape, which if you wanted to, you could take her head off. Oh, or take her torso off. Pop her head off. And then this just attaches via this little bit, so you can put that on there. So if you wanted to take that off and put that on any of your other She-Ra figures, you definitely could. The hair does kind of make her a little bit back heavy as well. She, unless you get her position properly, she has a tendency that she wants to lean back. So there we go. All right. So not really all that much different with She-Ra. I feel like the coloring is a little bit better, but like I said, I really like what they did with the hair to give that transformation effect with all the lights and the blasts and all that kind of stuff. The cloth cape is really nice. I think that this is a great way to incorporate that. So if you wanted to get Swiftwind, that's a nice little bonus, I think, that you can use for your other She-Ra figures. The shield looks good, the sword looks good, all of it. Swiftwind. Now, people were complaining about the legs on it. The actual legs, when you get it out of the package, is bent like this. Most people know that is not how a horse's leg is positioned. But you can rotate this around and then rotate this lower one around, and then you can bend in a more horse-like position. And that looks right, honestly. So I'm thinking that it was just packaged wrong. So you can do that and make it look like a natural horse pose, which I think is fantastic. I absolutely love that. Like I said, I think that it was designed that way because it just feels right, kind of thing. I mean, this one you don't really have to do much to, although, the front leg looks perfectly fine. It was just the rear legs for the most part. I also did have a couple blemishes on mine from the package here that I was able to remove with a dry erase marker, so that's really nice. But I absolutely love the way that this turned out, except for that. These wings have a difficult time staying in, and maybe that's just me not pushing in far enough to get them to pop into place. They stay there. They are a little bit heavy, but as you move them around, it tends to kind of loosen that up. You can also collapse these wings if you wanted to have something like that. Of course, you can put She-Ra on top of him. Just kind of angle these out, and this I'm just doing this real quick just to show you that it's possible, because in the package she's actually not sitting on him at all, so you can do that. You just have to fidget with it to get it to work, but I mean that's perfectly fine. So she can sit on Swiftwind. I find it interesting, I did not know this, Swiftwind really doesn't have a name like Cringer. See, and that just loosened up again. Cringer turns into Battle Cat. Swiftwind is like horsey something. But yeah, see, like that doesn't stay in there when you move it around. This one's a little bit better. That one definitely not. So, but taking these off, the other thing that's really nice is that you can remove all of that. Come around here to the bottom, and you can remove this. At least I thought you could. Oh, well, there's that. Oh, maybe that stays on there. I wonder if his head pops off. I don't know if you would. Oh, you just kind of have to feed it over. Here we go. Hold on. Because his hair is sculpted. So, kind of as. Oh, no, those are like handlebars. So, let's see. Come on. Get that over. There we go. So now you can have Swiftwind without all of that stuff on there, which is really very nice. You got the tail and everything that's articulated. The hair looks really good. And then I like this section here as well. Absolutely gorgeous looking horse. But I could see this getting reused for many other horses. You know, Bo would ride around on a horse, all this kind of stuff. Like, so there's a lot of possibilities going on here, which is really cool. And then, of course, it's easier to go on and go off. And then, yeah, I mean, you got all this. Oh, you got a little sword stash section right there. Very cool. There's the underside of the horse. Just like that. This is just kind of friction that you just wedge under the ears. Just like that. And then you put these wings back on, and again, just try to wedge those in there. Like I said, I wish there was like a pop that you would hear or something. Like if it was a ball joint or something, like you would hear like a little pop sound when you get it in there. But you really don't get that in there. Okay. So now you have Swiftwind in his transformed form, which I think looks absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love the way that turned out. Like I said, couple minor problems, primarily in terms of what I'm experiencing with the wings, and then the scrapes, scuffs on there, which I was able to fix, but then also the legs. So I know a lot of people, like I said, were curious about that. I hope that answers some of the questions for you. And then, of course, you have Shira that you can put on this. So I guess you don't really need to worry about her standing, because you can just have her riding around on old Swifty here. And that is not a Taylor Swift joke. So there you go. I mean, I'm a fan of this. I really, really am. I think that this was, like I said, a great way to kind of release the figure. Is Swiftwind going to be a mass release item? I don't know. But I definitely think in terms of bundling Swiftwind with She-Ra and then having some updates to She-Ra is a great way to utilize that Mattel Creations platform and have that Club Grayskull aspect involved as well. I think it's a great way to do it. I think that this is a terrific set. $60. I think it's $60. And I think it's worth it. I absolutely do. I think that this turned out fantastic. I cannot recommend this enough to you guys. So as I said, for Club Grayskull members, you will be able to start ordering this first thing tomorrow. Well, not first thing. I think it's like 9 a.m. Pacific time. So tomorrow is your time frame for it. It goes on available to the rest the day after. So definitely pick this up. I think a lot of Masters of the Universe fans are very excited about this. She-Ra fans, Princess of Power, all of that. I think that this is going to be a very, very fast sell. So get on there as quickly as possible. If you miss out on the window during the Club Grayskull time frame, it should be available. They hold stock back for the full release, so you should be good. Hopefully you guys, if you want to get this, you're able to. But beyond that, again, I want to send a huge shout out to the folks over at Mattel that were kind enough to send this set out to me early so that I can do a review for you guys and let you see it ahead of the release. If you like the video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And until next time, this is Optibotimus saying adios, au revoir, and I'll be the same.